On ABC Action News at 4, we're following several developing stories that could impact how your children learn and potential changes to school start times.
I'm Rebecca Petit in Polk County. I'll tell you the changes coming to the start times at Polk County schools and why they want to hear from parents.
Plus, one Tampa Bay area city needs lifeguards for this summer. The best way you can snag a job coming up. Plus, in the circle of life, Tampa Bay area divers swam with great white sharks recently. We'll take you on their heart-racing adventure. Welcome to ABC Action News at 4. I'm Lauren St. Germain. Students and parents in Polk County will have to make adjustments to their schedules as the school district gets ready to change start times. State law mandates middle and high schools start classes later. Our Polk County reporter Rebecca Petit looks into the time change and how parents can get involved in the process.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
How you doing, everybody? At 4:02, I'm ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips on this Monday afternoon. Really breezy out there. Beautiful day. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s in most spots. Now, interestingly enough, it's warmer in many cases along the coast than it is inland. Why is that? Because the winds are so strong. Think about it. You get that strong southeasterly wind, right? And it keeps the sea breeze, which cools off the coast, just offshore. So it doesn't allow those cooler temperatures over the water to make it into our coastal areas, which is why areas like Sarasota and Bradenton are in the middle 80s, higher than even those inland spots. Satellite picture, it's quiet, it's beautiful, sunny skies covering the entire area, and that'll continue. Partly cloudy right on through tomorrow and right on through Wednesday as well. Wednesday night into Thursday, we get another front coming in, and that one's going to bring us not just the chance of some rain, but potentially even some stronger storms on Thursday morning. So there's your forecast right on through the overnight. Partly cloudy, warm, pleasant. The winds will start to come down tomorrow, but what about the forecast through Easter weekend? We'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
The Florida Highway Patrol is looking for a hit-and-run driver who killed a bicyclist in Sarasota. Deputies found this red sedan they say is involved in the crash after it left the scene. It happened Friday night along State Road 70 at the intersection of 60th Street East. FHP says a man was riding his bike in the pedestrian walkway when the driver of that red sedan hit him. The man was taken to Blake Hospital where he later died. If you know anything that could help investigators, please call FHP. We move next here to a shooting in Ybor City over the weekend. It happened just hours before the city's big Pride Parade. Tampa police arrested a 21-year-old suspect who they say shot 3 men after an argument. Police say it happened just before 3 o'clock Saturday morning. Officers heard shots from the parking garage before finding 3 men with gunshot wounds. They went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. TPD tells us they have increased law enforcement presence in Ybor since that mass shooting on Halloween weekend. The 21-year-old suspect is in this latest shooting is now being charged with attempted second-degree murder, among other charges. It'll soon be time for the Pier 60 Sugar Sand Festival on Clearwater Beach, and today organizers let us meet the masters. Clearwater sand will soon be transformed into works of art. In case you haven't been before, it's a chance to see thousands of pounds of sand hand-shaped into beautiful designs. And in case you've never been, it's actually indoors.
Usually, the cool thing about this event is that we're working with sand sculptures. It's very family-oriented, so when we do a lot of jobs all over the world, it's usually mermaids, sea turtles, dolphins, mermaids, sea turtles, dolphins, mermaids, sea turtles, dolphins. But here, I mean, I've got Yoda there, I've got Bob Marley down there, I've got elephants over here, so it's all, the spectrum is so wide, so it allows us to do something besides mermaids, turtles, and dolphins.
The festival opens this Friday and goes until April 14th. This year marks the 10-year anniversary. The theme is Sands of Time. Still ahead here at 4, Arna Dinanis highlights a local nonprofit and how it plans to revitalize the Tangerine Plaza in St. Pete. Their mission to help address food insecurity.
ABC Action News is sponsored by Culpeper Curland. The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
You know, talking about the solar eclipse, and I had a chance 6 years ago to go check out the one in South Carolina. It truly is spectacular. But the only thing I always think about, so, you know, you imagine going all the way across the country, or in our case, maybe to Texas if you're going from here, because it's probably closer than any place else. And imagine you get there And then the 10 minutes that there's an eclipse or the 5 minutes that there's an eclipse, a big cloud goes over the view of the sun. I mean, I think about that. I mean, imagine all the prep work, all of a sudden just to have a little puffy cumulus cloud going over that sun and not being able to see it. I mean, what a nightmare. There's a lot of puffy cumulus clouds out there today, but no rain. And it's really been a beautiful day with southeast winds, even along the coast. I mean, those winds have been up to 30 miles an hour. So the winds have been so strong that they keep that sea breeze just offshore. So even our coastal areas aren't really getting much of a sea breeze, and they're every bit as warm, if not warmer, with winds out of the southeast at nearly 20 to 30 miles an hour most of the afternoon. I think the winds continue tonight. They usually subside a little bit overnight and then pick up again tomorrow morning before I think we start to see the winds subside and we're back into sunny and warmer conditions for Wednesday. Front comes in on Thursday with some more rain. Clouds 82 right now at the airport in Tampa. Beautiful afternoon. Skies remain mostly clear right on through the overnight. Tomorrow morning waking up to 50s and 60s. Sunny skies all day long, middle 80s for highs. Wednesday morning, we start with partly sunny skies. Front off to the north. By Thursday morning, that front gets close enough to bring us some showers and some thunderstorms. And there's a chance we could even see a few stronger, maybe even a brief severe thunderstorm warning as this line comes through on Thursday. My gut tells me the better chances will be farther north, because typically the end of March, early April, when a front starts to come through, it gets a lot weaker by the time it moves into our southern counties. It will be a little cooler behind it, though, on Thursday into Good Friday, with highs in the mid to upper 70s. The Easter weekend looks beautiful. Sunny skies, pleasant temperatures, low humidity. There's a look at that rain chance. Again, you can kind of even see as it starts to move more toward the south, it does begin to get a little bit weaker. For the boaters tomorrow, the wind's still gusty with small craft advisories. Southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots. Florida's most accurate 7-day. Mostly sunny, 85 on Tuesday. Maybe a few showers late night Wednesday, but most of the rain comes in on Thursday. And then Friday, right through Easter Sunday, sunny skies, beautiful with highs in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees.
Well, some would call them crazy, but a group of local divers just did something they say they will never forget. They got face to face with the ocean's ultimate predator. We'll share their awesome story.
The city of Tampa says it's working hard to fill lifeguard positions. I'm Mary O'Connell, and coming up, what the job entails ahead of the busiest time of year.
It's going to be a great show on the next Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. Saudi Carmen Rivera is back with us.
Right, I'm so excited to be here. Plus, we talk everything about Busch Gardens Food and Wine Festival and the Blueberry Festival coming up this weekend at Keel and Curly Farms. See you at 10.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us here on ABC Action News at 4. Tampa needs lifeguards ahead of the busiest time of the year. ABC Action News reporter Mary O'Connell has more on the jobs and what it takes.
A partial victory for former President Donald Trump in the legal cases against him. Today, a New York appeals court ruled the former president must pay a $175 million bond as he appeals the civil fraud judgment against him. That's instead of the full $464 million judgment, which was due today. Trump was also given 10 additional days to secure the bond. Today, the UN Security Council passed a new Gaza ceasefire resolution. The U.S. abstained from the vote, while all other members voted in favor of it. This comes after the Security Council failed to pass a resolution put forth by the U.S. on Friday. This new resolution demands an immediate ceasefire. It also demands the release of all hostages. The embattled court clerk who oversaw the Alex Murdaugh murder trial in South Carolina has resigned. Becky Hill was accused of tampering with the jury during the trial, but a judge ruled the allegations against her were not enough to grant Murdaugh a new trial.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
How you doing, everybody? Monday afternoon, 4:31. I'm ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Beautiful day today. Kind of windy out there, though. Winds out of the southeast up to about 30 miles an hour. Temperatures lower 80s inland, upper 80s or at least middle 80s along the coast. So why so much warmer along the beach? Usually it's the other way around, right? Well, it's because of those winds. Strong winds out of the southeast, keeping the sea breeze and the cooler temperatures just offshore. So our coastal areas will actually be the hot spot. Now, tomorrow, I think winds still gust early on. I think they start to come down a little bit, though, in the afternoon hours. So I would expect that Gulf breeze to start redeveloping tomorrow afternoon and on Wednesday. But otherwise, we're looking good. The next rain chance looks to be on Thursday morning. And that's a pretty decent chance as we get a front coming in. That front may even bring some strong or even severe storms into the area on Thursday morning. Behind it, quite a bit cooler on Good Friday and sunny into Easter weekend. So your forecast tonight, partly cloudy. It will be mild. Temperatures come wake up time mostly in the 60s. We'll talk more about that Easter weekend forecast for you coming up in a couple minutes.
Still ahead at 4, hundreds of female surgeons are getting inspiration in the Tampa Bay area. And our own Wendy Ryan was the MC of this special event. We'll share it with you coming up.
All of us at ABC Action News would like to thank you for donating to Food for Families.
Your monetary support provided nearly 5,000 meals to those in need, and we are proud to donate an additional 50,000 meals from Vigo Importing Company.
This food is going to help so many families in need throughout Tampa Bay.
An unpermitted commercial dump in Hillsborough County has grown into a 3-story mound despite multiple warnings from state and local agencies. Truckloads of debris arrived at the site from mid-2022 until January. This resulted in thousands of tons of debris at the facility towering above the trees. A complaint from a neighbor triggered the initial warning. State and local investigators have learned some of the waste is located within wetlands, which could negatively impact the environment. So coming up tonight at 6, I-Team investigator Adam Walser exposes how the commercial operation continued despite numerous warnings from state and local agencies. We're also uncovering the owner's history of violations and what's being done about it. And we're following through on a story we first told you about last week. Hundreds of women from around the world were in downtown Tampa this weekend for the Women in Surgery Career Symposium. The goal is to increase the number of women in operating rooms around the world. More than 600 women packed the JW Marriott Ballroom to talk about ways to break the stereotypes in the field of surgery, which has long been dominated by men. The Association of American Medical Colleges says in 2022, only 35.7% of U.S. physicians in surgical critical care were female. Dr. Sharona Ross wants to increase that number at Advent Health Tampa, and she encourages women to be bold in more ways than one.
We're being told to kind of blend with the guys. During my generation and even the generation currently, they're being told to wear the blacks, the browns, the grays, you know, just blend. Don't stand out. And what the message here at the 2024 International Women in Surgery Career Symposium is that we want you to bring your femininity, wear bright colors, whatever colors you want, but definitely you being a woman is strength. You have a lot to say, a lot to give.
This was the 14th year for the symposium, and our own Wendy Ryan emceed the Dress to Impress fashion show at the symposium on Saturday afternoon.
The most accurate weather team in Florida, ABC Action Weather.
How you doing, everybody? At 4:52, I'm ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips on your Monday afternoon. Southeast winds today, pretty gusty out there, bringing in a little more cloud cover in from the east. A little more humidity, but still really nice weather. And tomorrow, and I think Wednesday look good too. Thursday, it's going to rain. Front comes in, and that's going to bring us some changes for Easter weekend. More on that coming up in a minute. Temperatures right now, middle 80s along the coast, lower 80s inland. It's cooler inland today because of those strong southeasterly winds. You get cooler air coming in from the Atlantic. As the air travels over land, it'll warm up. The sea breeze pinned offshore, so those afternoon highs are even warmer along the beach. And there are the winds, southeastern direction, nearly 30 miles an hour in Citrus County. Winds will continue tonight. Tomorrow they'll start to come down a bit, but we're still going to be a little breezy. And then I think by Wednesday, things begin to change as a front comes in from the north. It doesn't arrive, though, until Thursday. Mostly cloudy right now at the airport in Tampa. Winds gusting last check at 24 miles an hour. The dew point creeping up now. Remember last week it was in the 20s and 30s behind the front. We've got another front coming in on Thursday, and that's going to bring more dry air for Good Friday and into Easter weekend. Satellite picture, partly sunny skies across the area. Temperatures low to mid 80s. The mornings, the overnight tonight will be mild as we have winds again coming in out of the southeast and eventually out of the south. So most of us will wake up in the 60s tomorrow. It's mid to upper 50s in our northern counties, but still under partly sunny skies. Throughout the day, mixture of clouds and sun. Every bit as warm tomorrow in the low to middle 80s. On Wednesday, we start to see the front. Now, the actual front doesn't get here until Thursday morning, but there could be a few showers out ahead of it arriving sometime Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. You notice it there with the models. But the actual front comes in on Thursday morning. And with it, some scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms. We'll keep our eyes on the possibility of a few feistier storms. At this point, I don't expect any widespread severe weather, but back behind it on Good Friday, we cool off. We clear out with lower humidity, highs in the mid to upper 70s, and morning lows Friday morning into Saturday in the 50s, maybe even some 40s in our northern counties. So again, once we clear out on Thursday afternoon or Thursday night, the holiday weekend looks great with sunny skies. An opening day for the Rays on Thursday. Again, there are going to be some scattered showers out there. So if you're planning on tailgating for the game, watch out for some rain, but clearing and nice through the weekend.
Opening day is only 3 sleeps away for the Tampa Bay Rays, but there are still 2 more spring training games before the regular season gets underway. Yesterday, the Rays took on the Detroit Tigers in Lakeland. They lost 3-2, but it was still a great spring for starting pitcher Zach Littell. He struck out 3 Tigers in 3 1/3 innings of work. He'll be the 3rd starter for the Rays in their opening series, which starts this Thursday against the Blue Jays. And Peter Malnati rolled in 5 birdies to win the Valspar Championship title at the Copperhead course in Palm Harbor. He began the day 2 off the pace before shooting a 4 under 67 in the final round. He beat Cameron Young by 2 strokes. The victory qualified Malnati for his first career Masters in 3 weeks. Easter is this Sunday, but it came early for about 450 kids in Madeira Beach over the weekend. A helicopter gently dropped the eggs. About 3,000 people were expected to attend the gathering, and the excitement was real for all the kiddos. Once the eggs were on the field, you can see it was a mad dash to gather them.
We did. So just in case, we were really worried about the wind this morning and the gusts coming off of the beach. So just in case, we pre-staged about 8,000 eggs ready for the kids.
The Madeira Beach Youth Baseball and Softball Leagues hosted the event. They hope to make it an annual tradition. Coming up next at 5, sharing our beaches, what you need to look out for and avoid on your next trip to the beach. ABC Action News at 5 starts right after this.